Greetings all, Frog here. Challenge accepted. Let's play some GeoGuessr. This challenge comes to us from someone from Geelong. He said to make sure to turn around on one of them, and I can't remember which one, so we're just going to turn around on all of them. We're driving on the right-hand side of the road. We're going to check that out. Fort Carson, Gate 2, registered vehicles only. We appear to be in the United States. Exit 43 on whatever road it is we are traveling, and we are driving by Fort Carson. I'm going to jump over here. Fort Carson, Gate 1. Fort Carson appears to be fairly large. Cheyenne Mountain State Park. Mountain Post Historical Center. As we've learned from a previous GeoGuessr, Cheyenne Mountain, pretty long. I would say Wyoming. So let's just start with Wyoming. We'll just take a quick gander at Cheyenne and see if somewhere along here there is a Fort Carson. If I were traveling US 87 north, well, which appears to be I-25 north through Chugwater and Slater, is there a Fort Carson? That seems to be about more than 43 miles, so we'll figure that out in a moment. But the Cheyenne Mountains, which may not be by Cheyenne, Wyoming, as we found out because we were in Colorado the last time. All right, so that's our gate. State route, I don't like seeing that. SH-115. SH-115. State Highway 115. U.S. Army, Fort Carson, the Mountain Post, bleh, somewhere important. So we're on State Highway 115. That makes things a wee bit more complicated. Not horribly so. Fort Carson. Let's try and remember that. Oh, perfect. Fort Carson. By your vehicle registration fees. Oh, how very nice. Project funded by your something. Vehicle registration fees. All right, this camera is not as good. Boy, I wish I could read that. Penrose and Canyon City. Penrose. Penrose is where? I don't know. It's 26 miles away from here. That's where it is. This way doesn't seem to be productive, because if I'm 26 miles away from the city they feel naming... Let's go back to the beginning and go the other way. Oh, that's right. It's over here. Like, where is it? It's not here. It's because we're playing in Classic. All right. Excuse me. I figured I can't hide it. I've never set up the mute button, so let's just endorse it. Cheyenne Mountain AFS, official business only. AFS. Army Front Air Force Station, probably. So we've got Fort Collins and Cheyenne Mountain all right up in here. Now what? Academy Boulevard. We're going north? We're going north. And a half mile. On State Highway 115. Ah, this is a city. Colorado 115. Alright. Trinidad. State Highway 115. We're just going to go... Alright, here's the corner of Colorado. I'm just going to take a look here. US 87. I would feel like that they would call it US 87. We don't have a number. That makes me a little more nervous about that. If it were a state highway, you would assume that would take precedence over the state highway number. Not always, but often. Okay. Pagosa Springs. This is the only one that I can't get a name on. It's 159. You're 21. Fort Garland. Well, I don't need Fort Carson. It's Cornwall Mountain. Anybody see the names? Because I don't. Could this be a trick? This could be a trick. Meaning, 115 may come into the state from the west or the east and then almost immediately turn northward. What I need to try and do is figure out, what was 116? See, like 116 comes in from the west, and then I bet it continues north on the 287. All right, let's see. State Highway 115. All right, we're going to keep going. We're traveling north on the State Highway 115. When we come into this town, maybe it'll tell us what the town is, and we can use that. Academy Boulevard, of course, there's an airport there. This is not exactly a small highway. Colorado Springs, city limit. Colorado Springs is not small. Let's zoom out a little bit. Colorado Springs, there's Pueblo, Colorado Springs. Okay, so we just didn't go far enough north. There's 115. Aha, see, sneaky. Cheyenne Mountain. All right, Cheyenne Mountain, Fort Carson. We started by gate 2, if I recall, right? Turn to start is on the right-hand side. We're playing classic GeoGuessr. We were south of exit 43A, barely. We were here. Boom. 64.51. Missed it by 28 points. But that's because classic GeoGuessr is less forgiving. We do this on new GeoGuessr, that's probably a 5,000 point guess. Very nice. Excellent. I like it. Okay, look around, because we don't know which one I'm supposed to look around. That's a lorry. That's kind of cool. It's like a dock. We're in the mountains. If we're on a 2-lane road, there's a white dash line in the middle, so we are no longer on North America. And I just kind of gave it away in a way by saying lorry. Somehow I knew. We're driving on the left. In mountains like this, to me, at first glance, we're in Japan. But let's just get down into the city here and see what sort of sights we see. No, I cannot say that 3 times fast. Well, I can say that 3 times fast. That. That's easy. Storage, that's English. Oh, well. You lock it. Really? Really? 03, it says. You lock it, 03. Now, that's a speed limit sign on the right. Very confusing. Refuge station is that way. Graveseed Place. Town Sentry. Walk on Inter-Islander. All ferry access. Bynham 1. 1 shield. Where have I seen the red 1 shield before? I have seen this somewhere. Question is where? I don't know. Caltex gasoline. Excuse me. Petrol. Blue Bridge. I don't know. A service station of some sort? I don't know. Okay, here we go. Lionel Nilsson Christchurch. New Zealand? There's a Christchurch in New Zealand. There it is. It would be south of where we are right now. Oh, on Red Shield 1. Red Shield 1, standing by. Picton Sentry. I know it's center. Okay, that's the joke. Nelson Beinheim. I don't know where these are, so let's just go along the one until I see one of them. Nope. You would think if I were passing through that, it would tell me one of them. Oh, wait. Nope. Oh, it's not Bein, it's Blen. It's just really hard to see. Blenheim. Okay. Blenheim, then Nelson, then Christchurch. We're in Picton Center. Show me a roundabout. Show me! Nelson Square? No, it's a very small roundabout, so it won't look like a roundabout on the map, which is fine. We'll figure out where we're going here in a second. Picton Center is actually this way. So Picton Center is east of us. Excuse me. Picton Beachcomber Inn. Ski New Zealand. holiday accommodation, Picton. The one ends here? Cool. And we were up, we had to do some winding down to get to the one. Were we not on the one? Let's go back to the start. Turn to the start location. All right, looking around. We're right on the water. This road that we're on is right on the water. So what if we're on Lagoon Road? All right, we take a gentle curve to the right. And then we take a curve to the left. It's just a step to the right. It's a jump to the right. And a step to the left. Now, this is a little more windy than you would think. Windy. Past the U Lockett place. How could I have forgotten that? And then we crossed the one. Okay, so we were not on the one. We crossed the one. Back up. Back that thing up, please. All right, the one was only to the west. The one must start here. I think we were either up Queen Charlotte. That comes down to here. The one would be this way. Tombstone Backpackers BBH. Well, let's see if we can find the businesses. I mean, I know the map's not exact. Green Shed. If we find U Lockett, I will cry. I mean, I'll be happy as well because that tells us where we were, but I will still cry. It would be nice if it told me what road. Give way. Is that what that's doing? I think that's what that's doing. Get in here. Lagoon Road is to our left. Kent Street is to our right. There's Lagoon Road. Kent Street is to our right. Yeah, we were on top of Queen Charlotte Drive. The question is just how far. I suspect we were like here. So I'm going to say we were like here. That's pretty good. Even farther down than I thought. Thankfully, I did not see U Lockett, or I would have really had an issue. Because let's use, proper spelling. All right, turning around. Water. Oh, I get it. Okay, I get it. He's parasailing. I'm like, how are you moving on the water without a boat nearby? Got it. All right. No wizardry here. Okay, that's cool, but not shocking. So this must not be the one I was needed to turn around on. We're driving on the right-hand side of the road. We're on a fairly sizable body of water, but if you look across Lake Michigan, it looks like that as well. So that's not telling us much. Ironhaven Gym, that does seem to be English. That we've got English stuff going on. Pre-off plan, okay, well that's different. So we're on a different day. Rue Northumberland Street. Are we in Canada then? Because you wouldn't expect to see Rue anything. Waterfront Collectibles, well that's fair. Century 21. Does that say Northumberland Realty Limited? I bet it does. It kind of looks like it. I could buy that we're in Northumberland. Okay, so this is let's just orient ourselves. You can see barely. This is north. Okay, so the water is kind of southwestern. If we're in Northumberland, all right, so let's just am I going crazy? Is Northumberland not in Canada? Uh-oh. We could be in trouble. Let's not race to conclusions here. I suppose I could have said Newfoundland as well, not just Northumberland, but I think it said Northumberland. That's all right. Plenty of opportunities to discover. There is no time limit. We're not in a hurry. It's only been 14 minutes. Sonny's Dairy Bar. Another Rue. Soft serve and hard ice cream. Yogurt blended with fruit. Noon to 9:30. Generous hours. Let's move along a little bit here. See if we can't see a road sign. It's going to be a speed limit sign in kilometers, so that doesn't really help because we'd already discovered something like that. Maximum 40. Could be miles per hour, I suppose. Harbor's Edge. Too small to read anything else going... Wait. Is that a website, though? Yeah, but it's so blurry. Definitely can't read that sign blowing in the breeze. Drive a little slower, huh? Maybe you won't kick up so much wind. That's absurd, I know that. It's just wind. God, it sounds like somebody's in my house. Hopefully that's just the neighbors. You might say, well, what about your wife? And I'd say, well, she's working. So hopefully she's not home or something disastrous has happened at work. Community connections. Short plates. Okay. I'm still thinking Canada. And the reason I think that is because it said maximum 40. That's got to be kilometers, because I'm pretty certain in the United States we only use speed limit whatever. We don't say maximum. It's just speed limit whatever. St. Eleanor's. So we're in St. Eleanor's. Fair enough. I just need to know what province. Northumberland, it occurs to me, is a province in Britain. Oh, here we go. Okay, talk to me here. 2. Something 2. It's not Quebec, though, because that's not the Quebec with shield. I can't see it because of the sun. So what I'm going to do is try and go beyond this intersection. Maybe actually in the intersection I can look. Hello? Thank you for another great seat. Hey, you're welcome. The Dairy Bar. St. Eleanor's Dairy Bar. That doesn't actually tell me the route. St. John's Greenhouses. Rotary. St. Eleanor's, though, so that's not going to help. We know we're in St. Eleanor's. We just have to figure out where St. Eleanor's is. Oh, sorry, God, that made me dizzy. Gracious. So coming back the other way, you're not going to give me signs saying that this is the whatever 2, and that's so sick. All right, let's go back and see if maybe I can't try and decipher this through the sun. All right, I'm just going to see if that's it. No, that's just for a hospital. All right, so we come back. Oh, McCormick's apartment's available. Very nice. Let's see. No, it's just so hard to tell. Apple juice today. This is the last of the apple juice, though. Switching to something else. Don't know what. Pretty much I just grab a random jar of juice from the garage. Whatever my wife has set up for me. Let's back up a little bit. It's tough to see. I just grab some jar of juice and put it in the fridge. And then I just start drinking it. I'm pretty non-discriminatory when it comes to juice. I will tell you that I do not like orange juice because it's really pulpy. And I don't like pulp. So I like lemonade, but not fresh squeezed unless it's been strained. Because I just don't like pulp. I don't like my juice to have a texture. The only drink I like to have a texture is beer if it's Guinness. Adopt a highway. Adopt is une route. So we're in French. St. Eleanor's. We know this to be true. Summerside Golf and Country Club. Oh, here we go. Okay. Can I see the sign now? No. You are horrible. West 11. What looks like that? I don't know. Northumberland. It's bilingual, so we're probably not in the West. We started on the water. The water was southern. We could be on Newfoundland. There's St. John's. St. Mary's, Branch, St. Bride's, Arnold's Cove. St. Eleanor is what I'm really looking for, because that's where I was. There's no question about that. So we could be on this, which I think is part of Nova Scotia. Although that appears to be more Anglican than French. PEI? Again, that's more Anglican than French. Another Wellington. This is the theme. It's Wellington theme day. You don't know that because the last Wellington, well, we were in New Zealand, of course, but the last Wellington I actually had to guess was on my last video. Hopefully you've watched that. If not, sorry, spoiler. St. Eleanor. St. Eleanor. I need some bearing. Okay, I'm here. I'm going to come down here. We're just going to follow the water. Is this river wide enough to not see across it? Well, certainly not by Quebec, so let's back out. St. Eleanor. It's warm today. I got my fan going and everything. Normally it's pretty cold, but it feels quite warm. Am I getting sick? No, I don't feel like I've got a fever. St. Eleanor. I'm pretty sick of getting stumped by these puzzles. Oh! Alright. Northumberland. I suppose we could be in Ontario. The top part of Ontario is very French. But it appears that is not the case. Fair. This one's going to get me here. Someone from Geelong. You're going to get me. Galarny. Philip Edward Island. Crazy. French River Provincial Park. No, now we're down into straight up Lake Huron territory. Again, this is more Anglican than it is French. Although, once you get around Detroit, which is a French word, there is more French going on. So we'll give it a go. We could be on Erie. That's Sarnia, that's the thumb. Let's skip down. Well, it could be across Lake St. Clair. Lake St. Clair is ginormous for a lake. Freshwater inland. Alright, are we by Leamington? Kingsville? No. No. It's so frustrating to know that we're in St. Eleanor and then to have no clue where that is. And the problem is I don't know which province has this symbol on it, but we're on the Provincial 11, wherever that is. No. No. Ugh. That's what I say to you. Ugh. Okay, well that was a brilliant waste of a lot of time. We're only on the third guess here. I've spent 10 minutes on this and I have no clue where we are. None. We're now out of St. Eleanor. I have nothing to go on. Quite literally nothing. Except this little national route of some sort. Like a scenic route. Hold on. Back that thing. What do we got going here? Linkletter Provincial Park. Not helpful. What do we say here? St. Nicholas, Linkletter Beach. Oh, this is frustrating because I feel like I saw Linkletter somewhere, didn't I? Guys, can you tell me where that was so I don't have to go back through every single thinking? Is it up here? Oh, that's so frustrating. You got me good, cuz. You got me good. Tells you how good my memory is. It's fantastic. The sad thing is my memory is really good. I just, for certain things. I could still play a bunch of stuff from my master's recital, for instance. No problem. Absolutely no problem at all. But ask me where I was 2 seconds ago or where Linkletter was. I'm done. No clue. No clue. Oh, and I know all you guys are like, oh, you moron, it's right over there. Well, sure it is. So come back in time, send me a text message right about now, and help a brother out, would you? I do not remember where it is at all. Alright, my first guess was somewhere over here, right? That's what it was going to be. I do apologize for using up 10 minutes of your time here. Hopefully you enjoyed the commentary. Man. I don't want to let it go now because I know I saw that beach somewhere. Oh well, we're just going to go with Newfoundland and accept the horrible points. PEI. It was on PEI. Link letter. Yep, because I zoomed in enough to see link letter because I had Summerside. Oh, man. Nowhere does this say St. Eleanor's. So how did I end up in St. Eleanor? There's a Summerside Golf and Country Club. I passed that. Letter Beach Road. That's where I gave up. So what is St. Eleanor around here? That was quite the red herring. There's a bunch of stuff that said St. Eleanor. Is it this little thing? Is this St. Eleanor? Oh my goodness, I bet it is. I bet it's this tiny little thing. This tiny little town right next to Summerside. St. Eleanor. Wow. Alright, that's fine. Turn around. We're on a bridge. A lot of water. On a bridge, traveling on the left-hand side. There's a lot of water. Long plate. I feel like it was the fourth one he said to turn around on, and all I see is a car. Or, I mean, a boat. I'm just happy nothing, like, jumped out at me like some sort of surprising GeoGuessr thing. Or, you know, like a clown or something. Jeez. Alright, driving on the left with the long plate. Crossing something. Well, something. It's a body of water. Whether it's a river or part of a lake, I don't know. But we're crossing something for sure. We've got an orange phone box. Let's get a little closer to the orange phone box. No, nothing that really tells me. That might be a symbol that if you knew the telco company, that might help, but I don't know. So that's if you're stranded or something. It's not a drawbridge by any means, is it? That's not what that's warning me about, I don't think. It's a fairly substantial bridge. I like bridges a lot. Like, I like to look at bridges. I don't necessarily like to be on them if it feels like I'm going to be falling off of them at any moment. As we know, I do not like heights. Well, falling from them, really. Cyclists, okay, that's English. I thought maybe that was not English, but it is English. A moment of rain. Alright. Slow, there's a toll bar ahead. Fair. Such an impressive bridge, I could only imagine it would be a tollway. Stop at toll bar! Queue's likely. Unsurprising, really. There's our rates. Wait. There's our rates. Go back. Back it up. I'm not going to risk clicking. Let me see the rates. British pounds. Okay, so, oh. What's the name of the bridge? Humber Bridge Tolls. Okay, in British pounds. It could be in Gibraltar. Gibraltar doesn't have a bridge like that, I don't think. Let's just narrow it down, saying no, absolutely. No, absolutely, okay. They may be on the Euros in Gibraltar anyway, I'm not sure. Alright, so we're in some place that pays British pounds to go across a bridge. Can you take a bridge to the Isle of Wight? No. Okay. Can you take a bridge to the Isle of Man? No. Okay. All right. The Humbley Bridge. Does the Humbley Bridge go across... Or the Humber Bridge. Barton upon Humber. That's the Humber River. That's the Humber Bridge. We're in the middle of it. Nice. Again, in modern GeoGuessr, that'd be 5,000 points. But as it is, I am 14 points off. Cool. I like it. Turn around. I don't know why I'm supposed to turn around. Am I getting these confused? Was it actually one of the other challenges that says I should turn around? I don't know. I have to go back to the messages. I like it, though. It's all very interesting. I want to know what's up with that. That appears to be a satellite dish. Maybe that's it. I was facing here. Make sure to turn around. So I'm turning all the way around, and I see, boom, satellite dish. So let's go towards the satellite dish. Where in, I'm going to say Australia, is there a giant satellite dish? No cell phones. No, it's harder to read there. And we're past it. Okay, but no cell phones. Parks and Dubbo. I like it. Can I go into the satellite dish? I want to go into the satellite dish. Dry weather road only. That seems like a good idea. No entry. Maybe there's an entry on the other side. I assume we're in Australia. I can't tell. I can't read these signs very easily. Kangaroo crossing. Yeah, okay, we're in Australia. Can I go into the observatory? No, but it is the Parkes Observatory, the Australian Telescope National Facility, Parkes Observatory. Where is the Parkes Observatory? I don't know. I honestly have no idea. I could cheat, but that seems unsporting, really. Dubbo. Dubbo. That's fair use, Nintendo. Don't come after me for that. Dubbo and Parkes. No, I don't know. If I were going to build an observatory, I want it to be somewhere, I don't know, somewhere. I'd want it to be somewhere, because if it weren't somewhere, boy, would that be confusing to drive to it. Alright, well, let's just go towards Parkes and Dubbo. We'll catch an an Australian route. Got Ohio on the brain today. It's never a good day when you've got Ohio on the brain. Trust me for this. I've lived in Ohio now for 12 years, which is a remarkably scary statistic. Because I came here 12 years ago expecting to do 2, maybe 3 years of grad school, and then be done with this place. And here I am now 12 years later. Now granted, I met my wife, so that's kind of seems worth it. And embarked on this wonderful career, which I enjoy. And I don't mean the YouTube, although I really enjoy the YouTube, but my actual day-to-day job, which is very enjoyable. Get me to Parkes and or Dubbo. Dubbo. I know this like William Dafoe's sound like a frog followed by a parrot. That is, of course, thanks to How I Met Your Mother. But try it out, though. Willem Dafoe! And the good camera is over because we're no more... The Google car said, screw it, even though I'm going to drive down this road, you don't deserve good imagery anymore. Only around the observatory. Parkes. I mean, that's perfect. If I knew where Parkes was, I'd be gold. Let's return to the start. Let's go down the dry weather road. Let's see how far down the rabbit hole we can go. Google, you're driving down this car when there's wet water. Risky. And by car, I mean road. And weather, I mean road also. Pretty much any word I mean, I just mean road. This is less helpful. So again, we're in this situation, although I feel this will not be a St. Eleanor situation. This is we actually know where we are kind of situation. Parkes and Dubbo is the actual location. But finding where that is on the map. All right, let's do this logically. So I see mountains to the north. So we're close enough to the... God, there's another. So the mountains to the north. And that's it. And it's really, really flat. I know there are mountains in the north of Australia. Back, please. Thank you. I'm not sure where. But they're in the north somewhere because everybody has told me this. That there are mountains in the north. At Darwin, maybe? I'm not sure. But, you know, I don't know enough about it to really get a good grasp of where that is, you know. If we were in NSW, I'd expect a double. Oh, that is a stroke of luck right there. Okay, so Dubbo was in one way. Dubbo is obviously the big town in the area. Dubbo was... I don't know, let's go back to the start. Dubbo was this direction. North. Dubbo was north of us? Okay. There's Wellington again. See, this is the thing. Kill. I'm looking for Parks. Parks. Alright. Parks was to the north as well. So... it'd be green? If it were like a national site, you'd expect it to be green, probably. We're not actually in the town of Parks. Parks is to our north. Probably along this road. Oh man, I don't know. Well, look. We're going to say here. Okay, we're actually north of Parks. That sign is very confusing. Oh, there it is. Parks Radio Telescope. Wow, that was cool. That's a nice run. It was a bit of a long episode. I kind of apologize. But, you know, hey, we did a great job. We were in a lot of really interesting, neat places all over the world, which is cool. US, Canada, the UK, New Zealand, Australia, everywhere. It was a really nice challenge. Thanks for sending it in, someone from Geelong. Of course, if you have a challenge that you would like me to take, throw it in there, and I'll answer it. I've got another one coming up later this week, and I've got plenty of room in the schedule. And believe me, I can easily move a World 3-Minute Challenge around to fit in a personal challenge. So I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, click the like button. Consider subscribing to the channel to stay updated to everything as it happens. And until next time, cheers.